World number one Magnus Carlsen and the chess governing body FIDE are doing everything to pull down each other. The battlefield is turning uglier with each passing day. And after Carlsen won round 1, he forced FIDE to award him the joint winner at the World Blitz Championship. And soon after, the round 2 went in the governing body's favour after India's greatest chess player Viswanathan Anand withdrew from a tournament co-organised by Norway's Carlsen. And now Carlsen's camp have fired shots directly at FIDE. And the third round has ignited a firestorm in the chess world, because now they have exposed private communications with the FIDE management. One pointing out that FIDE is being run by Russian President Vladimir Putin's ally, and the second accusing the governing body's president Arkady Dvorkovich of coercion, broken promises and abuse of power. Let me set this one up for you. FIDE and Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour, which is co-organized by Carlsen, have been at war of words for over a month. This over the freestyle organizers wanting to name the winner of the tournament as world champion. But the governing body feels that a tournament which isn't associated to FIDE shouldn't hold the authority to award a world title. And rightly so, because a world champion is never crowned in freestyle tournament. Like in cricket and football, it is always an ICC World Cup and FIFA World Cup in which the tournament is always associated with the governing body. And now, over this, these two parties have been fighting for the past few weeks. Reportedly, the governing body pressured players to sign a waiver prohibiting participation in any non-FIDE sanctioned world championship. And in the aftermath of FIDE's action, members from the freestyle chess camp aired private messages from FIDE's president Arkady Dvorkovich and CEO Emil Sutovsky. Carlsen revealed that in the messages sent by Dvorkovich to his father Henrik Carlsen, the FIDE chief assured him that the players participating in freestyle event wouldn't face any consequences. And further, Carlsen even accused FIDE president of not keeping his promise. A promise that the FIDE boss made to make Carlsen play at the World Blitz event. Now I understand that Carlsen and Freestyle Tour may not be right in being adamant on using the name World Champion for the competition winner. But when the president of the governing body gives assurance of something, shouldn't normally he should live up to it? Because he holds the utmost power. If he has taken a decision, he is expected to stay firm on it. And the feud, this highlights the spineless acts of FIDE. Something that was visible during the World Blitz event last year. The president not only bowed down to Carlsen's demands, but also awarded him the joint winner. A provision which is not even there in the FIDE rulebook. And this is not the only conversation that puts FIDE under the scanner. Carlsen's trainer Peter Han Nielsen also shared a snippet of the conversation that he had with FIDE CEO Emil Sutovsky in 2018. Nielsen's conversation clearly proves what the FIDE president's own men feel about him. However, following the conversation leak, Sutovsky tried doing some damage control.
The day Nielsen shows his real face, not only he posts a private conversation, but he also does not mention it took place in 2018. They must be really angry not to get their hands on the World Championship thing.
Now sure, the conversation happened in 2018. But when the current CEO felt Russian President Vladimir Putin's involvement in Dvorkovich's decisions back in the day, will he feel any different today? Especially when the chess world knows Dvorkovich's past relations with the Kremlin. Now he has held several positions in the Russian government, the most prominent being the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia from 2012 to 2018. And notably, Dvorkovich at once was also the assistant to the Russian president. Clearly, Dvorkovich is well versed with Putin and the power corridors of the Kremlin. And now it seems like FIDE is digging up its own grave this time. If it does not stay united in its own camp, how will FIDE fight a battle that involves the #1 ranked player in chess? Now, I understand that demands made by Carlsen in Freestyle Tour may be unreasonable on many levels. But this episode highlights how poorly run FIDE is. They are just falling into their own traps time and again. First, they fined Carlsen for wearing denims in the World Rapid event. When they bent their rules to bring Carlsen back, shockingly wearing a denim, and even promising Carlsen's father of no action against freestyle participants, followed by awarding him the joint World Blitz title, just to be in Carlsen's good books. Now the leaks prove that the president does not even have the backing of his own men. He is running a ship, a management, that has accused him of being Kremlin-tied. And not just any member of the team, it is the second most influential figure in the governing body, the CEO of FIDE. And now, as round 3 is clearly going in Carlsen's favor, the question is, how would FIDE react to it? And that for sure remains to be seen.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum two-way defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout the week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion, 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.